Good morning. Is my voice loud and clear? Lovely. Hi, namaste. My name is Smita Sharma. I am a journalist consulting currently with TV9 Bharatvarsh as executive editor. I host the 9 o'clock show for them. And it's a lovely opportunity for me. Thank you, Samir, for inviting me over to moderate this session today here at the SKOCH conference, which I think is rather topical and one of great significance. Because if you look at how things have been shaping up over the past many years now, and especially in the wake of the past few weeks, in just the recent aftermath of the monsoons, some 300 people have died across 4 states of Gujarat, Kerala, Maharashtra, and Karnataka. If you look at some of the figures, in Kerala itself last year, the floods claimed at least 450 lives. Currently, 1 million people have been displaced in these 4 states alone. I'm not even talking about the other states that have been, in the sort of caught up in floods constantly. According to an India Today report, in the last almost 65 years, India suffered damages worth 3,78,247 crores simply by virtue of floods. And India's geographical area, if you were to look at it, almost 12% of it is vulnerable to floods. So why are we talking about these figures and these statistics? Because climate change is something that nobody today is untouched from. Climate change is something that we are seeing, we are feeling, we are facing the heat of on a daily basis. I mean, today we are here at a time when, remember, the Amazon forest fires have been making it to the world headlines. 6 of the G7 leaders recently pledged $20 million to help Brazil fight those fires. Of course, the Brazilian president has been anything but cooperative. Donald Trump, the man, how can you talk about climate change and not mention the American president? He chose to miss out on the G7 summit on climate biodiversity because he cited he had meetings with Narendra Modi and Angela Merkel. But guess what? Both Merkel and Modi were actually sitting in that room discussing climate change. So wonder who was actually Donald Trump really talking about. And maybe there's a reason why Mr. Narendra Modi gave him that good pounding when he shook hands with Mr. Donald Trump. So, when you look at all of these situations, you're looking at summers, which are the hottest in 100 years now. हम दिल्ली वाले हैं, सड़ी दिल्ली की बात करते हैं. Who doesn't face the summer heat? गर्मियों में लगता है कि सब भाग जाएं यहाँ से. 50 डिग्री टेम्परेचर आम सी बात है, मामूली सी बात है अब दिल्ली वालों के लिए. So, India is really one of the most vulnerable zones in the world when we talk about climate change. And it's not just vulnerable, it's also one of the highest, in fact, densities when it comes to economic activity. So that means that the pressure on water, air, soil, forest, this is going to be amongst the worst in the world by 2020. These are reports being given out. So today, as we come here to discuss climate change challenges that face the world, that face India, especially in the wake of the $5 trillion economic ambition that the Modi government has now put forward, we will try and see what really is the way forward from here. And I'm joined here by an esteemed panel. A quick round of introduction. Mr. G.B. Panda, he's a senior fellow at the SKOCH Development Foundation, has been working on sociology issues. Dr. Rajat Kathuria is the Director and Chief Executive for the Indian Council for Research on International Economic Relations, or ICRIER as we call it, has also been working prominently on sustainability issues. I'm hoping that Ms. Pooja Mehra, who's a leading prominent financial journalist and an author and is stuck somewhere in the Delhi traffic right now, will be joining us in a bit. We also have Dr. Arvind Kumar, President for India Water Foundation and Governor of the Water World Council. He's been working, in fact, massively pan-India, but also focusing a lot on the water projects in Northeast. Mr. Jai Chima, Partner Projects, Energy and Natural Resources at the Cyril Amachand Mangaldas, will also be talking about Kanun ki pechidgya with you when it comes to climate change. And Dr. Gurshiran Dhanjal, Managing Director and Chief Editor for SKOCH. So to start with you, Mr. Panda, when we talk about climate change today, just give us a brief sense, and we would like all of the panelists to make it as interactive as possible.